It's been a while since I've done a deck review, so I thought I would do another one. But the deck that I have today it's kind of a joke. Like, I'm a little disappointed. I mean, the card that you can see through the box looks fine, but then once you open it up, like, of course one card, and then once you start, spreading through, it's just a mess. It's like a joke. Like, come on, what kind of deck is this? Looking at the design, changes, non-stop, pretty much every card is different. I mean, I could just, wow. They couldn't decide on one back design, so they went through 52 different card designs. And then the fronts, or the faces, I mean, most of them say Joker, which that's nice and consistent. And several of them are like riding bikes for some reason. But then some cards have this like weird old face, like what? And then the colors don't match. I mean, this is pretty cool, but it's very inconsistent, So I'm just like, what kind of design are they going for? What's the theme of this deck? One of the biggest things that cardists nowadays focus on with a deck of cards is not just by the design, but also how it handles. Man, you can even tell from the edges. They're all like different. But I'll give it a nice spring. And that was pretty terrible. And I lost a card. I mean, like, the edges are like, need to be sanded down. They just feel different from one another. It's like they got a different knife for every time they cut the card. And then some cards are like nice and shiny, like this one or the one I showed earlier, or even kind of holographic, rainbowy on the front. But then the rest are just dull and boring, like this nerdy looking one right here. So I'm just not sure what the theme of this deck is. And again, the handling, but I mean, at least when you give it a fan, well, no, that actually doesn't look that good. I mean, you get to see several different designs, but it just does not blend well in a fan whatsoever. Same thing with the fronts. I mean, yeah, it's just it's front and the back. It's just a jumbled up mess. I've been collecting cards for 3 years, and this is what comes out of it. I mean, doing packet cuts, it's okay, except for when you try and break off gaps in the deck, Trying to break that off can sometimes break off too big of a packet or too small of a packet. I mean, well, I was still trying to do the classic Cardistry performance with a new deck of cards to see the cards in action, but man, this is such a joke. But yeah, let's go into some Cardistry.
These can't dribble.
Alright guys, so that was the deck review on the Joker deck, the random chaos deck. That was such a terrible name, I don't know why. Anyway, so obviously, unless you're watching this on a different day that it was released, or your time zones are very different than mine, you're probably watching this on April Fool's, and you know that this is an April Fool's joke. So yeah, I did a video kind of like this where I did cardistry with ad cards and jokers very early on my channel, and that video was terrible, so I just thought I would try and do a different one and a much better one than that, especially since my cardistry and my editing and everything has improved so much since then. And also I just thought it would be a cool idea for an April Fool's joke, because I did a deck review last year as well, but it was on the best deck of cards. So, but yeah, that's this April Fool's video. Hopefully you enjoyed, maybe got a laugh or something, or found it entertaining, or found it interesting that, I mean, you still can do cardistry with all your ad cards and jokers. And like I said earlier, I've been collecting cards for pretty much 3 years. I have maybe 90 decks. Yeah, that's a lot, saying that out loud. But this is only 51 cards, and I have maybe 1 card of each deck. I didn't put any tally hos or basic bicycle cards in here because, I mean, they're standard. So I tried to include like more designed decks than just standard. And this is just a lot of cards that I've collected, or a lot of ad cards and jokers. Mostly jokers. Stick around to see like the behind the scenes of me trying to pick out all of these jokers and ad cards and deciding which ones to use in this deck that I thought would look okay when I'm doing the cardistry and doing the fans and stuff like that. So yeah, again, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.